together for each other to win.
I really want to get another 40 or 50. There's a lady in China who's over 120 years old and looks good.
This is very, very important work because quite frankly, we got to figure out how we're going to survive in this world, and we have to be prepared. And we have the infrastructure already to take care of our communities. It can happen again, but as long as we come together.
These meetings are very important. I'm glad to be here. The food was excellent and clean. And one of the things that we have to do is show our young people what a healthy lifestyle looks like. So we have to be able to not only consume real food, but provide food for our community and our families. And this is how we start.
This project is called the Arrow Project. It's a collective of local homesteaders, urban farmers, community organizers that are coming together to really expand and accelerate the work they're doing to provide fresh foods to not only the metropolitan Cleveland areas, but specifically the food equity zone that Veronica Walton and Michael Walton have created. This program has actually gotten funded by a local grant. So we are here to help tell the story, but also to help plan what this food system should look like. It's about bringing individuals together within the community, taking ownership of what the issue is, and be solution driven. And so we're very happy to be a part of this project, the Arrow Project, where we are creating the branding of this and being able to create and tell the story behind what the Arrow Project is doing, what it's about, and the impact that it's going to have on the east side of Cleveland, the Glenville area, but most importantly, how it can impact the whole community within Cleveland. Cleveland, in this particular community, has a high rate of social determinants of health issues, and part of that is food access and being in a food desert. A lot of people don't realize that if you're in a food desert, you're normally in a health desert too. And so this is what the community members of Cleveland are doing to address that challenge and to solve that problem by providing fresh food, fresh access, and more access to the local farmers within the community to feed the families that mostly need it. I remember when I first came here, Mr. and Mrs. Walton let me stay in their house here because our farm and when we were doing our community events were right down the street from here. So this is even a special moment for me as well. Hey, this is Chad Anderson with the UFC Food System. We are proud and humbled to be a part of this new Arrow project. These are the founders, Miss Veronica, Miss Michael, and I just met this beautiful soul,
Rob McSween.
Rob McSween. So
He's
join
been with
us
from the beginning.
From the beginning. You hear that? So join us as we take this journey through the Arrow project and watch us build this absolutely wonderful food system.
As Chad asked a question about what do you see yourself doing in the Arrow project, we want you to identify that in a broad sense in the first few lines on this, and then identify some of the other skills and resources that you have.
My mom wound up getting her master's degree in urban agriculture and sustainability at the age of 68.
Wow.
And I always call Miss Veronica. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm kind of like a YouTube gardener and look at videos constantly. But yeah, I'm a social worker. But to be honest, the area that I grew up in, up the street, is literally, there's no grocery stores.
I feel like what I bring to the table, to the Arrow Project, is an opportunity to educate and an opportunity to grow maybe even the understanding of the youth, of the families in the urban community, to really try some new and fresh things. So I always laugh and think about that we took them from hot Takis to like, you know, the red and green peppers.
Absolutely.
You know?
I love that analogy.
My name is Pete, and what I bring to the Arrow Project is that I pretty much have a few skills that I bring as far as carpentry, so that helps out with, you know, helping people with their homes, fixing on things, maybe building a garden space in their home, and also with learning, you know, I'm able to help build greenhouses and stuff.
So I am Lena Boswell, affectionately known as Mama Lena.
That's Mama Lena.
That's Mama Lena in the house.
Mama for
Okay.
sure.
And I bring organizational skills. As Mike said, I've been a community organizer a large part of my life. You know, I began my organizing with voter registration and that type of thing. I bring great knowledge from my lived experience on this planet. I've been on this planet for 70 whole years.
Who
and
told
I
you
am
that?
quite proud to
You're
say
not
that.
looking like it.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, it's said a lot, but food is medicine. When you eat certain foods, they are able to turn on certain genes to protect your longevity.
My name is Rodriana Chapman. I am an educator. I'm a teacher. I teach special education. I teach at the Citizens Leadership Academy, Glenville. It's actually a school I attended when I was in youth, adolescent. So it's kind of something that I have personal connection with, because it's something that served me once and I'm serving it back. So I'm also a exercise physiology. So even though I teach, I went to school for exercise physiology at Ohio Northern, and I have a minor in public health. So with that education, I bring a lot to the field of health and wellness.
What I bring to the table, I bring indoor growing. So it's taking that old agriculture and bringing it something that you could do in an apartment in whatever space you have, if you have connection to electricity and water. As well as I help with the grant writing. I'm a garden class facilitator at East Preparatory Academy with Principal Lisa over there. Harvest planning, curriculum writing, and also acidified foods certified. So it's about creating that sustainability through being able to fully use your entire crop.
So my name's Diana Rosa, and I am the CEO and founder of Rosa Consulting, and I've been hired to be the consultant to help to manage this project. So what I bring to the table is expertise and knowledge on how to bring structure to a vision.
I'm Robert McSween, and what I bring to the Arrow Project is 50 years of experience. So number one, having a family member diagnosed with terminal cancer, and then people coming into our lives, nutrition, prayer, and here my dad is 90 years old, living on his own today.
Wow.
So that started a God-led journey. And that led into building a natural food store in 1987. That then led into doing research, patient referrals with Cleveland hospitals and doctors. And then that led to being hired and working in a pharmacy, setting up a prevention health education program. And then that led us to then putting a public education program together with doctors that became the Cleveland Clinic Wellness Center.
By now, I am the treasure hunter, right? So I go on treasure hunts when I go to the grocery store, when I go to the farmer's market, when I go to schools and church, wherever I am, I just have this magnet for treasures. So everybody in here is like a chunk of gold. I love the fact that they pay attention to me, right?
Yes, we
when
do.
I say, hey, you're great. You could do great things. Let's figure out how to do it together. And I love the fact that this project gives us the opportunity to plan to do it well.
made you come up with the idea to tour these locations?
Right. So I've been around for a while and I've seen what other organizations do and the benefit of it. And so my perspective changed when I went to Michigan and I was able to see in the city of Detroit how a lot of African Americans work together, how they work together with their city to obtain land, and other places like Minnesota and Colorado. And all of that actually helps me to frame what things could look like in my own space. And so with those kinds of experiences, we were able to offer a tour with the funding so that people could see each other's space, be proud of what they're doing, and also expand their vision for what they could do.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good people that kind of strolled through, stopped and said, hey, what are you doing? And we've been seeing them ever since. Right? And so this is where the homesteaders actually first began, just by trying to maintain these spaces and learning how to grow, especially during COVID, right? So this is our second hoop house. The first hoop house over there was built when we first came with the Reimagine Cleveland grant. And it's designed different. Michael actually started a hoop house company with two other gentlemen called Tunnel Vision Hoops. All right. No matter how much coffee I drink, right, I still need them. So anyway, that is a special design hoop house where the back end moves up and down so that you can let more heat out and more air in, or easy access. You don't have to roll up all the sides.
We're feeding over 200 some people each shelter, almost 150 at each shelter sometimes. So like, we feeding in the day almost 300-400 people, depending on how the day works.
I said, yeah. I said, Peter's here. He's hanging out with his chickens today. She was like, what do we do? How does this work? So I said, well, it's a farmer's market, and I'm clueless. Every stand is a different person, and you buy from that person. And she said, what about the chickens? So I said, go see Pete. So she went.
We thought they were just on display.
Right.
We asked him to bring them so people could see the.
Right.
And he brought a rooster too.
Yeah, I brought a rooster. Yeah.
Right. So she went to see Pete, and then the next thing I know, Pete comes in and said, hey, anybody got some string or something?
Right.
I'm like, string for what? He said, for the chicken.
We don't know what we getting from the store. We don't know what our livestock is eating and things of that nature. So it's more control over what you have, what you're eating, and how it's gonna be hard to get good healthy foods. So I said, I'm gonna raise my own chickens. I'm gonna grow my own food.
Last name is Amina Abdul Haq. The community we are in is the historical Glenville area. Yeah, mine has to be pretty. It gotta be pretty. So I grew up in this area. This is our family house. My mom's been here for probably close to 70 years. I'm from a family of 13. My mother's from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
So she grew up on farms during the summertime, but came back here, go to school and all that with her. So she knew about farming, and pretty much it came from her. For me, it's not just about growing, it's about like having some kids, right? You come down the street, 5 or 6 kids, if the door open, come on, y'all want to plant? Stick with me for 4 weeks. We gonna buy you a raised bed, take it home, and y'all gonna grow with wheat, grassroots. Yeah.
Come on, that's grassroots.
Yeah, grassroots. If you see the door open, and that's kind of like my vision of this whole like thing. We can sell stuff over in that one, but this one you can come learn.
First of all, because she's already doing the work, so that makes it easier on me, because why reinvent the wheel if it's not necessary? If she's already doing work, good work, quality work, I can just give her a space to do the work that she's already doing, because I have this space, I have this kitchen. Come in and use my kitchen, right? Why would I need to go out and find a chef if she already does cooking classes? Why would I need to go out and do extra work unnecessarily rather than just tapping into the resources that she already has? That just makes sense. That's just good strategy and good business.
So I'm a firm believer in the scriptures, and there's a scripture that says, money answereth all things. That does not mean that you have to love money or that you have to live for it, but you absolutely need it.
And so having funding available to sit down and plan and respect everyone's time made a world of difference. Everyone felt more valued. And I think that this plan and the opportunity for planning kind of set the stage for we can now think about how we can move forward together instead of just helping each other out.